Welcome to Channel 110 News. I'm Mickey.
And I'm Paco Rodriguez Montoya and Julio Enrique Gaspacho de Baño Esteves III.
This just in. Assassinations of governmental heads in South America has deemed sovereignty over their countries. As leaders, General Carlos Prats and U.S. Congressman Edward Couch have been assassinated. The assassinations are due to the rebellious groups and ideals to eliminate democratic heads made of state and to facilitate communist and socialist supremacy.
Due to these assassinations, the United States has hit economic shock.
The United States is trying to help by fighting communism with democracy.
You know, Mick, I'm not sure, but I believe this matter should be considered or called Operation Condor.
Why is that?
I don't know, I just really like that name.
Okay. Anyway, we'll be back with a word from our sponsors. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have some more news for you.
Oh, do we? Yes, we do. As most of you know, there's been a great threat developing for the United States, and it's just off the coast of Cuba. Cuba. That's what I said. Cuba.
Anyways, you're right, Paco. Over the past few days, it was discovered that the Soviets, in a joint action with Castro, have built nuclear missile bases in Cuba.
Si, senor. On October 14th, one of our military U-2 reconnaissance planes, flying over western Cuba, retrieved hard photographic evidence of Soviet missiles in striking distance of the U.S.
It seems that President Kennedy is trying to find a diplomatic solution by creating a group called XCOM to assist in this situation. However, just 3 days ago, another U-2 flight revealed larger nuclear warheads.
Yes, it just gets worse, because a day after that, on October 18th, the Russian leader Gromyko basically refused to remove the missiles, stating they were there to aid the defense capabilities of Cuba. Well, this obviously will not turn out well if we don't take immediate action.
Yes, indeed, and to get a better understanding of what's going on, we have disguised one of our reporters and stuck him into Cuba. We now go live to Steve.
Thank you, Mickey. Paco?
Stephen, can you tell us what's going on?
Of course, Paco. There are exactly numerous missile bases containing RRBM missiles, which are intermediately ranged ballistic nuclear missiles. They are very powerful.
Stephen, is there any way to combat these bases?
There is a solution of bombing all the bases, but there is a chance we will not hit all of them based on their locations.
Thank you, Stephen, and hang in there.
Guys, I really want to come home.
Not right now, buddy, but we'll send another food drop in a few days. Anyway, it looks like things are getting dark, and this crisis could turn into a nuclear war between us and the Soviets.
Yes, it's a big deal, so stay tuned until next time at
Studio 110 News!
Welcome to Studio 11 News. I am Mark.
And I'm Ivan Smirnov, and today is the 1-year anniversary since after the Brezhnev Doctrine signing.
The Brezhnev Doctrine, for those who do not know, is a Soviet foreign policy so to bring the Warsaw Pact to intervene in any Eastern Bloc nation that tries to diminish our communist authority.
This is correct, and was portrayed clearly when our forces crushed the Prague Spring movement in Czechoslovakia.
Yes, the Brezhnev Doctrine is a perfect portrayal of Leonid Brezhnev's ideals, the man it was named after.
It is indeed a doctrine created for the purpose of upholding our great government.
And stay tuned for after these commercial breaks.
Do you like to look at your muscles? Do you like to watch them contract in and out? But don't you hate when you get very cold and you have to cover your poor muscles up? Well, don't worry, my friend, because we have a way for you to look at your muscles and stay warm at the same time. Introducing first ever, never before seen sleeveless jacket. Its functionality allows you to flex your muscles, look at them, and show them off for pretty girls while keeping your body at warm temperatures at the same time. For your sleeveless jacket, call right now at 1-800-555-backwards R 23. Order it right now because you cannot get it anywhere else.
And we're back with more Soviet news.
Yes, and we now move on to the situation in Cuba. The United States is trying to portray us as the bad guys for bringing so many atomic weapons into Cuba.
Even when the Americans have the missiles in England, Turkey and Italy with the ability to strike our capital in Moscow.
Yes, but to touch more on the subject and prove how we should be allowed to present in Cuba, here is Viktor Makarov in an interview with this very special somebody.
Thank you, Mark. Ivan, I'm here right now with Aldofina Castro, the niece and secretary to Fidel Castro. Aldofina?
Thank you, Mr. Makarov.
Now, Aldofina, can you tell us if it's true that your uncle and our great leader Gromyko had a mutual agreement pertaining to our involvement in Cuba?
That is correct. My uncle did agree to have Russian forces and weapons occupy our country in Cuba.
Now, is it also true that it is beneficial to have our aid in your country?
Yes, it is. In fact, we feel as though we need your help.
Now tell me, why is that?
It is because we live in fear of the Americans invading and taking over our country. Without the aid of the Soviet forces, we may not be able to resist the Americans.
See, right there, that right there proves and justifies our involvement in Cuba. Without our help, little Cuba would be taken over by Amerikansky. They need our aid to survive. Thank you very much, Aldofina.
Thank you, Mr. Makarov.
Back to you.
Thank you, Victor, but I'm afraid that's all we have for tonight, so join us next time on
11 News.
There are numerous.
This is our guest, stupid Amerikansky. He's big, he's lazy, and he has these foolish gauges in his ears. And he wears his hat like hooligan.
It's recording right now. 5, 4.
You fell away!
You have a mug with farming tools on it. What is this? What is this?
That's supposed to talk.
Russians? What's going on here?
Get on the show. It's not even a blue reel now.
4.
However, it still does not look good, as just 3 days ago, another U-2 flight saw even larger nuclear missiles.
That's a big word for you, saw. Gromyko, even though I said his name wrong, the Russian leader Gromyko basically refused to remove the missiles, saying that